Welcome back to Nagasaki as we zoom across the world to Japan. Yeah. Welcome back. This is the first very episode of Nagasaki, the official anyway, because I did the map build before, but this is the area we're building. Look at this. This is actually a tram depot to the north of Nagasaki, or the middle, depending on how you look and what's on the other side, but we'll pretend it's not there. I'm going to build this, and it's going to be a lot of custom PO work, a lot of custom sort of like tricking the game. It's going to be fun. Let's roll the intro. Okay, so welcome to the first official episode of Nagasaki, episode 1. Uno memento? No, uno is 1. Uno memento, 1 moment. Episode 1. I'll go back to English. Now, in this episode, we're going to build that lovely tram depot that you saw, and also some of the road infrastructure. We're going to start upgrading it, changing it from the highway roads to the actual lanes that we're going to see throughout the whole of Nagasaki. And also, as this episode 1, I'm going to be doing things like the lines on the road. The intersection marking tool is going to be used, so setting up my templates for that as well. As we go, you're not going to see a lot of that. I'm going to show you once, and then probably again later on, but, not all the time, because it just is what it is. This is, and I'll be honest, around about 15 hours worth of footage. So it's a long video, around half an hour in total. But please stay with me, watch to the end. There's some amazing cinematics at the end of it, where you can also get a sneak peek of what else is to come because of the way I do my cinematics. But I really hope you do enjoy this episode. It's going to be so much fun. What we're doing on the screen, we're laying down the tracks. Things like the train tracks there, they'll change throughout this series. You'll see it a few times because I don't like them, and I like them, and I don't like them, and I like them. They're not perfect, I'll be honest. A lot of the stuff isn't perfect because, again, it is a imagination of what Nagasaki would look like based on certain areas. I'm not doing 100% one for one, but I'll tell you what, it still looks great, and when I load up the game, I will walk around it for a while before I actually decide what I'm going to build. So yeah, tram tracks. This was done before the new mod, so the reversible tram tracks, so you'll see a lot of trams going around where they have to have a turning. So that's fine because my tram isn't double-sided, so reversible would look kind of weird anyway. But I had a good time playing about this, not so much playing about these tracks because of the way they work. I love the way they look like sort of train tracks in their own way, but they don't quite, they're sunken. I don't like it. I would rather they were ground level, but is what it is. What it basically means is that sometimes the bottom of the tram disappears as it goes through asphalt and the roads and stuff like that. But you know what? It's not the end of the world, and I can live with it, and I hope you can too. But here we go. Now we're actually building the structure. I love this building. It's got a car park on top of it, and underneath is where the tram depot is. It's so much fun. I really enjoyed doing this building. It was so great. It was different for me. And you know what? This is what you're going to see a lot in this series now. These custom builds where I build something that is outside of what was my comfort zone before. So I'm really trying to step up my game a little bit here, especially my PO game. And with some of the new updates that Simon's pushed out with that, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I can tell you. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I play about a lot with surfaces, as you can see here now, making ramps, stuff like that. And it's just fun, but I'm not going to bore you so much right now. I'm going to let you crack on with the video, see what I do, because there's a lot of detail and a lot going on, and I'll chime in a little later on. But again, thank you so much to everybody for joining me in Nagasaki. while doing all these builds, one thing keeps on coming to my head: why am I going to hide everything? So I need garbage, I need death care, I need hospitals. Obviously there will be a hospital. Things like garbage and stuff right now. These warehouses, perfect. So I'm going to hide the garbage in here. A few other things. The actual healthcare, I'm going to hide somewhere else. I'm actually going to build something for that. Just to start with, until I actually build the hospital area. Now, a recurring theme you'll see throughout this series is one, my PO number going up and up and up and up per episode, and also the use of a lot of asphalt. Proper asphalt's great because you can actually put decals on top of it, so it just enables me to really get in there and customize it and build it a little bit more. And again, this is before the PO update, so as you can see, I can't actually draw the marks on it, but I can still move things about and get the shapes I want. Now, you're lucky enough to see the last building I plopped here, but I went through about 10-15 buildings, what I thought might fit and what might look good. I ended up quitting out again and come back into it as I resubbed to so many buildings, but you know, in the end, the one I chose I think fits really well. It's a nice little corner building, a nice little piece, and you know, people visit. It works as a building, so I mean, what more do you want in the game? Really, you just want it to function, don't you? You want people to drive around, you want people to get out of their cars and do that thing where they pull them out of their pocket, because apparently that's where we all keep cars now, in our pocket. At least they do in this game, but imagine you could do that in real life. That'd be great. Anyway, just back to what I'm doing now on screen. So just detailing up this car parking area. Japan, as always, making the most out of every space they've got. They definitely do that here. Now, you can saw from the intro, you can actually see what it looks like. Cars are parked everywhere. Quite literally everywhere within the tram spots and where the tracks are and all sorts. Now, originally I didn't want to do that. So I'm just going to put that out there so you all know, originally that's not my plan. My plan was to make it more realistic, although realistic, that's probably not the word because it's actually like that in Japan, so that is realistic, but more to what I would see around here. You know, we don't want people crossing tram tracks, you know, that type of thing. But I did go in and I messed about with it again afterwards. I did that all off camera, so you'll see it in the cinematics at the end where I actually changed a few things and allowed people to walk over, cars to park in different areas. Now, this isn't a functioning car park, and the reason for that is because I want people to use the car park on top of the tram depot itself. I want people to use that one. I don't want people to use this one down here. So this one's just going to be fake. It's all decals. It's going to have prop cars on top, or PO cars anyway. So, you know, it just pushes people to use the one a little higher up, which is what I want. I don't want people using this one down here. this area was great because I couldn't find a building that actually fit here based on what is actually here. And you'll see that a few times where I can't get a building to actually fit. So I'll go in, either change it up for something else or add some PO. So here is PO in all its glory. I'm going to go in, I'm going to make this building fit. As you can see, I angled the front there as well to make it fit into the space I want it to do. I'm going to add a few other buildings around it, build up this area, and again, take a few artistic changes. So I'm going to do something really weird. I'm going to use some scaffolding props that are amazing. Absolute high quality props. Oh my god, they are phenomenal. And I'm going to use them to make them like a walkway onto the platform. I say platform, onto the tracks, and that's going to be more for people who are working on it and doing stuff like that. So that's cool. This little garage is going to hide here in the back. Going to have an entrance from the other side. You will see that in an upcoming episode. It's going to be fun. I'm really enjoying this. It's absolutely amazing. This is what I'm talking about. These bits of scaffolding here, they look absolutely amazing. They just look so good. The details amazing. Everything is so great. Now, again, I'm going to play about here. Play about with PO, use them as platforms as well, without the bottoms reproducing themselves, so just using the top. This is a prime example of me just filling space. You'll see this throughout where I have a random little space and I've got to put something in it. So these are little parking units. Perfect. Another fake parking bay here. Not real cars, they're props. I know they look real, but they're props. Shh, don't tell anyone, no one knows. You may ask yourself, what's with the random green line? Don't know, it's there on Google Street View, so it's here now. That's the answer. That's probably going to be the best way of actually describing it. Now, within the few episodes, as I go through this series, you'll see this. I will start putting random greenery down just to fill the area up. And, you know, as I go on, I end up moving some of it because there's roads there, there's pathways, there's buildings. So we do go in and change things. You will see that as the series progresses and as it carries on. But at the moment, random buildings. I know I'm not talking too much, but you know me. If you're new to my channel, you won't do this. But people who are regulars here will know. I don't really say much throughout my videos because, I mean, you can see what's going on. I can sit here and just tell you, I'm putting down a bush now because of this and this. And I can tell you my reasons why. I put down this bush here because it was the right bush for the area and it fit. I PO'd it. It's just, no, I'm not into that. I'm into having a conversation, having a chat, telling you how I feel, telling you what I think of at the moment while I'm doing these videos and why I did something, basically. That's the reason for it. So I don't talk as much as some people do. That being said, I'm now going to ramble because we're in a different area now. We've done the tram station or the start of it. There's some detailing left to do, which you'll see at the end. But now we're coming down to the side of one of the main streets as traffic goes up and down it. Just detailing that up, putting down some buildings, some residents. Let's get the people in. You can't see it because I put a nice banner across the bottom because I don't want you looking at my demand when I'm trying to build. I want you to see what I'm building on the screen. I want to take your focus, stick it in the middle of the screen, away from my bar. At the bottom, like, oh, he needs more residential. It doesn't matter because this is a cool build. Okay, so I said we had to do a bit more detailing. I forgot that you needed an actual tram depot to spawn trams. They don't just spawn, like, out of nowhere. So I found this lovely blank tram depot here on this road, hid it within the building I did, and you know what? It works. Trams, they come out the doors, which is what I want. There you are. Yes, see it. This is going to be a little fake tram stop because these tracks, as lovely as they are, and I do love these tracks. By the way, I can't emphasize that enough. They are gorgeous, but you can't put stops on them. The trams, just trams, dreams. I almost said trains, tried to correct it to trams. I don't think anyone noticed that. You can't put stops on it, which is annoying. So this is a fake stop because there is one here. There's one further down as well, which I'll also build. So not actually there. Warm Mario, people. I don't know why. I saw it in the workshop. I was like, I've got to have that on there. I love Attack on Titan. Currently going through the second half of the 4th season, so yes, and boy, is it getting good. And I come across the Wall Mario sign, so I had the shield up there. It's a blank wall. It's not there in Nagasaki, so if you ever go, don't expect to see it there. It's definitely not there. Just a little Easter egg from my city there. I thought I'd build that in. Anyway, back to the build here. Just detailing up this tram stop. It's false tram stop. Car park in the area. One random car. In Google Street View, if you have a look, there is always one random car parked here. I don't know why, so I went for it. I put in one random car. This intersection here where the trams go through, you can see there's a lot of random decals and stuff. I don't know, but I ended up changing it. It just looked awful. I downloaded some more sort of tram track covers and stuff like that and went in, redid it. The finished result, which you'll see in the cinematics, does look far superior. That's what I'm doing. I'm putting buses down random roads because I needed to fill space up. You wanted to know what I was doing. Now I'm just putting in the buildings and everything. Now, you can see that red strip there, the asphalt network I've used. I'm going to use that a lot throughout the whole series, especially down this main road, because the paths are red, but I didn't want to mess about with decals. It's a lot easier to do a network with a few nodes instead of loads of nodes, to save on that count, and using the multi-tool I can go in and take away nodes that I don't want, because it's straight, as it bends around corners. It just looks nicer. I can put decals on top of it. It fits. It just works. And that's all I'm going to say. It works. Filling out this gap here. This gap on the actual map is smaller than what mine ended up being. And again, it's because it's really difficult to get a perfect one-for-one size. So I'm just going to fill it out with some car parking. More car parking. People drive everywhere and I need somewhere for them to park, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, one thing I just want to mention as I detail up this paving and pathway and everything down this road is, as you can see, all my traffic's in one lane. It's really annoying because it's a 6-lane road. They're all in one lane. Why? Stop it. I actually had to go through, and that's what I say, it's a 6-lane road. It's 4 and a 3. I had to go in and put some fake buildings on the roads that come off to make the traffic move around a little bit more, so I can get some cool shots of cinematics. Now, not too bad in cinematics because they're recorded now with the city built up as it is, so you know they do travel quite nicely, but it was bugging me and it was really driving me insane, so went in, redid it. These trees, you'll see them in the cinematics because I recorded cinematics before they happen, but I am replacing them with Mr. Mason's Japanese ones, new ones they are. Oh man, Mr. Mason, they're some perfect, amazing trees. Anyway, so I'm replacing them. Back to what I'm doing now. Again, this is creative. This isn't in the actual area. Again, it's due to the amount of space I had left that I didn't think I would. Everything else was kind of to scale before, and then it kind of went off randomly. I don't know where. And instead of messing out the entire build again, I just did something a little different. So I'm putting in a scrapyard for some cars. Obviously, it wouldn't be a scrapyard for some cows or chickens or fridge magnets. I don't know. So scrapyard for cars. So you have like your tow trucks and stuff like that in there. Building this is when I realised I didn't have half the props I needed. And I kept forgetting which ones I needed. So coming out, going back in, coming out, going back in. Lucky for me, this game's in its infancy. So it didn't take long to load. It took about 5 minutes to load each save game. So it wasn't that bad in the end. But you know, we managed to get everything together and sorted. Another fake car park because I want people to park where I want them to park, not where they want. But there is a lot of parking in this area. So a few different fake parking spaces. Okay, we are now at the end of the video. Yay! I hear you all screaming. It is a long one. This series is going to be for longer videos. I do apologise, but I do so much. It's just amazing, but you can't see, or I cannot show you everything in one video. So you will, have to watch the cinematics. Stay tuned to the end which is coming up. If you're new to my channel, you enjoyed this video, or maybe go check out episode 0, as I called it, which is the map build, or some of my previous videos, which will be linked on screen at the end of the cinematic. Thank you for joining me. Hit the subscribe button if you're new, and if you're not new and you come here all the time and watch my videos and take up your precious time, I thank you for your support. But please, if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. Roll your mouse over it, close your eyes, click the button. Happy days. My Patreon and workshop and everything else of their like is in the description. Remember, if you do become a Patreon, you get your name on screen. We shall see you again shortly. So much cool stuff over there. Want your own building? I know I'm building Nagasaki, but still, if you're a Patreon, I will give you a building here. I will give you a business, whichever business you want, and I will build the stuff for it. Thank you very much for joining me. Hit the thumbs up, comment below. I love chatting to you all. And have yourself a lovely, lovely day. And I'll see you next time in Nagasaki.